भाई रिस्क ले रहा हूँ चैनल का।
भाई स्ट्राइक मारते वो लोग, सीधा सीधा स्ट्राइक मारते।
अरे स्ट्राइक बच जाए भाई, यूट्यूब से कर रहे हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है भाई। हमने सब्सक्राइब किया हुआ दिखा दे भाई, ये रे को
वही
सब्सक्राइब
वही
किया
हम लोग प्रूफ है ना भाई।
है। भाई हम VCT के प्रो फैन है भाई, हेलो ऐसे नहीं बोलता हुए।
Across the board, it's T1,
भाई
and I think it's easy to see why. It's easy to ride in on the hype of this new super
उसी
team,
मेरे को दिखते
but
मोबाइल में आ रहा
I
है।
wouldn't count Notion
अबे
entirely out.
No, I
एक
definitely
मिनट,
think they have a
एक
chance.
दली
It's just
स्क्रीन।
so hard to bet against T1 when they've upgraded in the
तेरे
offseason
YouTube
and
पे है
they
क्या?
were so strong
और क्या,
last year. It's just
यूट्यूब पे
I can't see a
फेस
world
कैम के साथ
really where Notion
VCT,
will
लेट्स
get
गो।
the upset. The only thing that they really have going for them, I think, in this
Both
game is that
streams,
they've had
let's go।
momentum. They've played on that stage and they've
वर्टिकल में है, मेरे को वर्टिकल में क्यों दिख रहा है?
अरे वो वर्टिकल इसलिए दिखता है क्योंकि वो जल्दी फेमस होता है। तू जो चैनल पे जाके देखेगा तेरे को दूसरा भी दिखेगा।
टिप्स एंड ट्रिक कर रहा है लौंडा।
वीडियोस में जाओ, लाइव में जाओ, फिर नहीं तो भी मेरे को वर्टिकल दिख रहा है।
ऐसे
ये क्या फालतूगिरी?
ना भाई, मेरे में तो
अच्छा
दो।
हाँ दिख गया, हाँ दिख गया। ओके तो दूसरी स्ट्रीम है, दो स्ट्रीम साथ में साथ चल रही है।
और क्या,
Day 3 of VCT Pacific Kickoff
ठीक है।
starts right now.
लेट्स गो भाई। कब स्टार्ट होगा? अभी तो स्टार्ट होने वाला है, बस 1:30 हो गए हैं। आज मैं पहले जितना ही चलेगा पहले वो करूँगा, फिर उसके बाद थोड़ी देर गेम खेलूंगा। टैलेंट तो आज खेला नहीं ना गेम?
नहीं नहीं, मैं रात को काम हुआ आज, प्रीमियर है ना आज।
तो प्रीमियर खेल रहा है? किसके साथ?
मैं तेरा स्ट्रीम देख रहा हूँ, मुझे मल्टीपल आवाज आ रहा है।
अरे मैंने ऑफ कर दिया वो आवाज उसका।
तू मेरा माइक म्यूट कर दे वहां से स्ट्रीम में।
अरे नहीं, तेरा यहाँ पे डिस्कॉर्ड की आवाज आ रही है ना वहाँ पे, इसलिए आ रही है।
तो वहाँ पे डिस्कॉर्ड ये करना, डिस्कनेक्ट करना।
The Masters Bangkok winners are ready to show that they can do it once again this year. A team that was made to win trophies. When you have Buzz, Meteor,
Let's go, Buzz.
and Munchkin in one team. EWOP, this is a team that already spells out winners with all of the accolades between them.
भाई एटीट्यूड देखो लौंडे का।
So-called super team goal. We're gonna see the debut for KDG on the Pacific stage as well. I'm really interested as we see him there. What has he cooked up? Is there anything a little bit new? Is he just going into the strengths of the players he already has, or is he doing some new things? We'll have to see on Split very, very soon.
Yeah, a new coach and then Munchkin and Stacks. There's a lot of brains on
this
this team
देखा
now,
उसके ऐसे यहाँ पे वो बना हुआ है
I
पैटर्न।
want to see them bring out a different style.
Absolutely, the best players
Oh,
in the
Red
world
Belt.
are standing on that stage, and of course, Nongshim Red Force are ready to meet them. We saw them previously versus Team Secret, and they look wonderfully confident. But now the true test begins versus T1. Can Nongshim continue to do Nongshim things versus the super team of T1?
Yeah, massive game today for this roster. They had a strong start against Team Secret. They looked very dominant, returning to that signature style. Francis on that Yoru, Danby on that Neon as a 1-2 punch. Love to watch it, but like you say, today is a massive hurdle for them. This T1 team have a lot going in their favor, but honestly, I think they'll be okay being the underdogs.
Not to mention, you also have a little bit of a reunion on stage. You have RB against Buzz and Stacks, right?
He knows them well.
Vision Strikers flashback right there. But these two teams are absolutely among the best that we have here in Pacific, and known for such explosive plays too. I want to see so much of that on this stage. And also on the side of T1, there's so much support that this team has. I want to see Nongshim be able to outdo that.
Yeah, I think today's going to be, we talking about the test for Nongshim, but I think there's going to be so much confidence that they can beat this super team.
भाई
For them right now, they don't care about super team, they don't care about anything. right? They don't care about T1, the name, the players, or anything. They're just caring about the server, and it's just some Valorant agents on the other side, right? Right now, for them, it's all about getting over this hurdle, and there's so much confidence. I think if they can win here, they have such a good chance for qualifying.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. I don't want them to think about who's on that other side. They're practice dummies. They're bots that you're going against.
100%.
Don't look at the names and focus on your own style. That's what they really need to do. And then I think they can relax, settle into the game, and they'll be feeling good.
You just called T1 bots. You just called T1 bots. Chat,
And what?
get it on
And
this.
what?
What they're gonna do about it?
But no, you're absolutely right. You don't really think about the names of the accolades when you go up against this team and when you're in the server. We're pulling up the names right now. And we're seeing Dambi once again, Yoru and Francis reunited once again as expected.
उसके अंदर वो दमारा था ना, दमारा.
Yeah, nothing too complicated.
ये जो डैम्बी और दमारा इन दोनों को साथ में कंपेयर किया जाता है.
I do really like when he can call and he can get really
जैसे वो
aggro.
उसमें
We got so used
सेशन
to
में
his
खेल के
Viper
गया
over the years, but I do like
वैसे
Peter's
सेम
Viper
डैम्बी
as
ने भी सेम
well.
ऐसे
So
खेला है.
just putting Munchkin on the Omen, he does like getting into your face. He just gets in with those double duelists. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I think he'll do great.
वो भी
No changes from when we
स्टेज
saw
तक नहीं
this
आया
from
इतने बड़े,
before. This
पर
is
वो
their
तब भी
pick.
वैसा
They looked
खेलता
strong on
दमारा.
it last time. I just want to see them mix it up a little bit inside that server. Don't run too many things that you showed before, because I think this T1 will have an anti-strat ready.
Yeah, a little bit of a mirror matchup here for both of these teams, and we can't wait to get started. We have T1 taking on Nongshim Red first, and we are starting on split. We're ready to toss it to our casters, Achilles and Paperthin.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We're back for another day of
देख लेते हैं.
VCT Pacific action. Now taking a look at our top-seeded teams, the
शायद
ones that
T1
got
में भी
that
कोई
bye in
change
the
हुआ है
first
मेरे
round in
हिसाब
our
से.
triple elimination bracket. And our first eyes go to T1.
Yeah, this is a team that a lot of people are thinking could be the first ones to qualify for
VCT,
Santiago out of
Pacific,
Pacific. Obviously, a very good team, a team full of players who have won at least one Masters trophy, and in one case two. So you're going up against tough opponents here. If you're Nongshim Red Force, who, yes, they look great in their first match, but this is a different beast altogether in T1.
Yeah, there's some differences there. So we'll see how they do fare coming into this one, but seems like the players on Nongshim feeling very confident. Like Ewok, our latest addition to the analyst desk, had said,
अरे तुम्हें डिले में दिख रहा होगा, मैंने उधर खोल दिया.
get rid of the names across the stage.
ये
Just
देखना,
think about the
पहले
match in front of you,
उसमें
not think
था
about who exactly you're playing
टीम
against.
नहीं उसमें
See if
नहीं
they're
जीम
going to be
नहीं
able to get
था.
that done and conquer T1 as we get ready to go into split for the opening map here of our first series of the day.
This should be a really interesting chess match because both of these teams have played this map recently as far as their tape goes, right?
Yeah.
We saw these exact two maps for our first two maps with Nongshim the other day on Thursday in the opening day, and then for T1 they were the first two maps they played against Fnatic at the SBL finals. So you're looking at kind of like what is going to be the difference here? How are these teams going to be adjusting? Especially with T1, their coach was talking about it. KDG was saying one of our big focuses here is going to be Dambi, of course, with the way he put up big numbers with the Neon on both of these maps, on split even, almost had 300 ACS. You got to slow him down. You got to find ways to stop that shotgun. So then I look to players, particularly like Stax, who's going to have some of that utility that can maybe at least catch and slow down the Neon a little bit. So I think there could be some pressure on whatever Stax is going to run here. I assume Fade, because it's Stax and it's split.
Oh, you said the word slow down. It looks like that's exactly what we're doing at the moment. I think we're still just about ready to get into the game, but might have a minor hiccup on stage. Just clear things before we
मैं check कर रहा हूँ अगर
go ahead and
इसका
unlock the
penalty पड़ रहा है
gates.
मैं
You know, those are like
वैसे
two of
डालेगा
my
तो.
favorite words. Slow down.
Slow down?
Yeah, because,
And it's the two that you yell
तक
at children on the
कोई
street
नहीं
when
है.
they go by on their
मतलब
scooters
नहीं
and
पड़ेगा.
bicycles.
अगर पड़ेगा तो
Exactly.
देखते
Or,
हैं.
when somebody passes me on the
Pacific
highway,
का
like,
क्यों ही
whoa,
पड़ेगा पर?
slow down.
It's
Yeah.
unfortunate that houses not really super common to
Carry
acquire
minute
in
जैसे.
South Korea, so you don't really have a porch to hang out on
True.
and yell at the local youth.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So not something that you can look forward to in your old age, but maybe one day if we expand out, we're gonna move to Ilsan.
Yeah, there we go.
Then you can have that one. But
Let's
we've
retire
redone,
together.
Yeah, we've redone the music, so I think we are now ready to go. So let's go ahead and hop into game. Two squads in the black
Let's
and
go.
red. Nongshim versus T1.
दोनों टॉप की टीम्स हैं. T1 और Nongshim. NS.
Fantastic. And yes, indeed. Like I mentioned just a second ago, Meteor, the only player in VCT Pacific history to have 2 international trophies, 2 Masters trophies.
भाई
one with Munchkin,
भाई बहुत
one
पुरानी
without.
टीम है ये
So now he's
कहते हैं
showing his
इसकी ये
old
जो टीम है
IPL once
ये
again, and
VCT
I
के
gotta tell you,
मतलब स्टार्टिंग
you know,
से है जब VCT स्टार्ट
everybody
हुआ था
is so keen on Munchkin joining this team and how much it could improve T1, especially in the Korean region. All the players talking about what a threat this team is
मैं तो पर
because
भाई
of the huge
T1 की तरफ
galaxy
हूँ।
brain that Munchkin has. See if they disrespect this. Nope, with the Poison Cloud there too. This is something I was curious about with Nongshim. They ran right through that Viper util, especially on Haven against Team Secret. So this was a big kind of point of interest for me. Are they going to go for that same style of play? You know, you heard Ewok talking about it on the desk where he wants to see them maybe not pay T1 as much respect as they have in the past. You know, the other Korean teams in general. So for now though, lots of respect being shown by Nongshim, trying to suss out what in the world Munchkin has in store for them.
Looks like it is going to be this mid into B linger, at least for the moment. Nongshim could always go for a pivot through the vents, but this does have them gambling to the correct side and weaker side of the map. Now relay bolt, not going to be able to find the sub, the blind does connect, and he's able to get on top of Meteor to find the kill. Munchkin in backside. Going to be good for one, get some damage on X-Ross, but not confirmed for the second, and Francis, snappy as ever, is able to take down Buzz. So now just 2 remaining here for T1 Izu. Suspicious about the box, now has his suspicions confirmed, and eventually is able to find the shot. Will dodge around the majority of those hits from Ivy, so he falls down to 70.
क्या लगता है
sheriffs
एक्सपेक्ट
here, though.
करेगा मेरे को तो
T1
लगता है
still could do this in this 2v3.
He is workable. Shot.
Ooh,
Oh my
shot.
god, what a shot from Stacks to his former teammate.
भाई
RP destroyed, but he's going to have to try to find one last shot for
Ah.
the TP, but Francis will be able to get it done. The 3K for Nongshim to take the opening pistol round, but my goodness, did Stacks make him sweat.
That almost turned into a classic Stacks clutch, but just came up short, and a beautiful round from Francis with the Ghost. Really clean with it. Crosshair placement, very, very good there, especially on Buzz's peek out of alley. Izu here,
इज़ू ने बहुत
able to
अच्छा
settle
मारा
it down just enough. First one was a belter from Stacks. Francis just so reliable right now as a player. No matter what he's been on, he's been able to put up numbers, and tasked with the Yoru job lately. He's been rather proficient, and of course, Dombi gonna be going right into one of those shotguns, Judge in hand for him. Francis loves that Marshall. Wanna rake in some of those alt orbs if possible.
भाई क्या पोजीशन है भाई
There's a big
भाई
stack.
2 जाने नीचे एक ऊपर
Nongshim seemingly wary about a potential push out of mid here.
वो ये जा रहा है
Suspecting that they would just go
फ्रेंसिस
for
जा
a
रहा है
five-man
फ्रेंसिस
shove
आइए
down.
ओ
Francis is gonna get caught out off guard here.
भाई साहब
Ends up getting picked
मैं
apart.
ले
Ivy
भाई
finds the trade back.
इनमें ले गया भाई एक किल ले गया बीच में ओए डॉम्बी
There is Dombi once again looking for the entry and gets the judge out in time.
Bhai.
Nearly does that double take that
Bhai.
cost him
2
his
HP
life.
बचा है
Series versus Team Secret, but this time he's able to confirm the kill, but does fall down to 2 HP. Here, spawning out a little bit more.
भाग रहे उस पे
Just fast enough to dodge out the shots. So
लो भाई
unable to
जीजी हो गया
confirm
भाई
that
ये
one,
तो
never let the paint shell out either. Now it's just Meteor to see if he can get some damage, and he cannot. It's RB's turn to get a 3K this time. It's Nongshim. 4 players surviving. We'll go ahead and pick up the anti-eco.
भाई वो
Another
डॉम्बी
nice
2
start here for
HP
RB.
में भाई
Pretty
कितने
impactful
किल
last
ले
time on
गया
split against Team Secret, and you know he had a really nice paranoia in the previous round to help Dombi break open the site. Now he picks up a nice 3K. Cheeky little setup. You only lose 1 to it, so this is really nicely managed by Nongshim overall. Few wonky relay bolts from Dombi.
ओमन का एक और राइट
One of
क्लिक
them
लग जाता
sent
ना मर जाता है
way off into space in the pistol round, and that one just didn't quite bounce the way he wanted to try to catch Meteor. Didn't matter though. Still able to get the job done plenty. Let's see a quick little pivot here
बोल
from
ले भाई
Munchkin.
पकड़ लिया
Big, but they're just going to up the pace completely. I mean,
Oi,
Dombi is
oi,
already
oi,
in here. He's
oi,
blinded
oi,
up and gets the gap
पकड़ लिया
close. So Munchkin still falls to the wayside. Kill found. Buzz not confirming that
बेचारा
one.
Buzz
The ult turnaround.
confused हो
Dombie's
गया
able to
पीछे
find a second
देखो आगे
victory.
देखो
He's there, peeling back some of this pressure as he gets himself a third. Already a good amount of damage suffered though from T1. Any more than Ivy can find,
भाई
even without a round win and a bonus conversion, would still feel pretty damn good. Stacks around the corner, waiting for the timing, plays it perfectly. Just waits, and yes, do give over the plant money, but basically guarantees the weapon cannot be drawn out. So with the defuse, T1 will get themselves their first round win.
Well, this is one of the rounds that I'm sure the coach of T1 is a little bit flustered with. You know, Munchkin there, knowing that
भाई
there's
वो
going to be a
बस
shotgun
को
in
देखा भाई
play,
स्मोक में घूमता रहेगा उसको देखा ही
kind
नहीं
of
कहाँ
flirts
से
with the angle to try to bait him in a little bit. But Dombi, so so elusive. And this is just phenomenal work from Meteor to bail this out. Just great response here from T1 in terms of, okay, they go in for the fast hit. Let's just go in guns blazing, try to see if we can shut it down that way.
वो टेक्निक देखी
Knock that
वाइपर
shotgun
का
out
वो
before it
जो
has a
उसने
chance
गोला
to
फेंका ऊपर
establish
हेवन
any
पे
better
और ओमन ने
positions.
साथ में टीपी किया
In there and just halt the execute before it
भाई
really comes
खतरनाक
to
चीज
fruition.
सीन था वो भी
He's doing it again, but a little bit of different post positioning off this teleport.
This time he's got his own
भाई ना भाई वो मंचकिन पीछे आ
Fall
रहा
into the trap.
ना होगा तेरे से
Do not.
बेचारा
Josh is going to be exchanged through the
क्या
smoke.
हुआ
Well, you know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them.
भाई सुसाइड बॉम्बर आ गया
Time though, bit of a stalemate as they go their separate ways. 2-1-2 split here for T1. Meteor rotating back just a little bit so they can get some additional eyes now onto this mid position. So Buzz does help to try to reinforce, but it's going to be a quick clear of the boom bots. Overall, not an immense amount of info gained.
Such a fast clear. Buzz is thinking, okay, maybe that actually isn't a mid hit. I better scoot back in towards A. So far, it is still just mid angle for Nongshim. Munchkin hasn't quite got the read on this round yet.
ये
So
मेंटिस
this one clearly a little bit off kilter, off
क्या कर
balance.
रहा तू
Prowler chasing Izu, able to find one
ईरानी
twice,
बाबू
just
मैं
ignored
स्पिन कर रहा
Tommy,
हूँ
but still ends up getting
Oh,
caught
Irani
up
कह
by
रहा
the
हूँ
judge. Swing into the corner, Munchkin able to find it, gives him a taste of that medicine. Danger of getting spammed out of this position to the back site and doesn't have another TP to try to reposition. Great timing found from RP. See 180's back.
दूसरी भी होगी
Big Shell's gonna be lobbed
दूसरी भी
in.
होगी
Doesn't quite find the mark onto Exros, but it does get RB.
मुझे नहीं पड़ा अभी
Swing out
तक
of the
आया नहीं
smoke,
कोई
and
मैसेज
Buzz
आना
just
होगा आ
cannot
जाएगा
find the flick. Nongshim maintain the lead.
मेरा
this
कौन सा
is
भी मोनेटाइज्ड है वैसे
Great
भी
work from them again. It's all about the early round here for Nongshim. Playing a little bit slower off the back of a very quick bonus that almost got T1. The money's going to be atrocious. Let's see here. They just took their time.
दूसरी भी है दोनों
Just
है
watching the mini-map, T1 never got a read, of course. Munchkin here.
I mean, he looks like he's
चैनल
playing
पे
an
जा
arena
वहाँ पे दिख
shooter.
जाएगी तेरे को
He
दूसरी
does.
स्कूल
It's,
He's playing Quake. Everybody else is playing Valorant.
exactly. I don't know, he's playing Unreal Tournament. And we're all just in his world.
भाई
But
एनएस बड़ी
Munchkin
तगड़ी
there,
लग रही है यार
I think anticipating that they might go for the wide swing with that judge, you know, up towards the
भाई वो
bottom of ropes or something
देखना
from that position.
उनके
but
ड्यूलिस्ट ही
instead
इतने किल निकाल रहे बाकियों
challenge
किल
him
निकालने की
close,
जरूरत ही नहीं
caught
पड़
off
रही
This time Stacks not able to deliver any magic with that Sheriff. Quickly does get taken down. Francis that outlaw, making sort
और
of work
हमारे
of it.
ड्यूलिस्ट
Denk is found from Izu, but at that range unable to find the kill confirmed. So Exros survives with 5 HP. Meteor
सीन हो
by
गया
now does
भाई
manage to delay, gets the kill onto the enemy fade. T1 certainly worse for wear.
ओ भाई
As Buzz will fall, and that leaves just Munchkin noted on the flank, but not dealt with.
ओए
TP in,
Let's
trying
go,
to grab this
Munchkin.
weapon.
फैंटम मिली
Phantom in hand.
एक पीक
Damage
Munchkin.
can
एक
none,
पीक
none.
अरे
Francis dialed
यार
in. Up on the rafters, Nongshim now up by 3.
I think you might be considering a timeout here as T1 in particular because this was your side of the map that you chose here for split. It's the side of the map that generally you're doing your damage as T1 is on defender's side. They went 9-3 against
भाई
Fnatic on their
आरबी किल
defender's
निकाल
half
रहा भाई
at the SVL. So
आरबी घुस रहा है
might be wanting to try to slow this down just a little bit. I don't mean in
अरे उनके
necessarily
पास
in
बहुत
terms of
देर
the
से सब
rounds,
कुछ
but
है
in
भाई
terms of
फिर
the
भी नहीं
confidence,
निकाल
the
पा रहे
momentum,
हो
that Nongshim
एनएस उनको
has gotta
टाइम
be
ही नहीं दे रहा
feeling
भाई
that all those ults available.
वो तो ऐसे
Just
खेल
like
रहे हैं
what
जैसे
you're
पता
hearing
नहीं
from Munchkin.
इतना
This is one of
इजी
the
है
things
गेम
that
उनके लिए
actually had discussed with Chobra during the SVL.
ओ
We
ये
saw
गलत था
T1 go
डामी
up against
ये
Feral.
गलत था
That fast pace, that reckless abandon that's starting to choose sometimes it
Oh,
can catch you off
baby.
guard, but we did see
My baby is
as
here. Aye,
time
Boba.
went on, the understanding come to fruition for T1, and then from there, Veryl wasn't able to punch through. So be curious to see if that happens
Landa.
again.
Oh.
Meteor out in the mid, able to find 2
Aye.
kills before getting taken down. It's a massive trade up here in favor of T1.
Yeah, this time just kind of playing for some of those longer angle
क्या
fights,
कह रहा है
wanting to put those Vandals to good use.
And Izu is in perfect position now to try
भाई,
to catch the 2 players exiting through sewer.
एन जो जीत रहे उसको सपोर्ट कर रहा है
Well,
Kind of checking for it. A little bit whiffy on the first, but eventually he's able to find it and confirms the
Nice.
presence of Ivy.
लेट्स गो देखते हैं क्या करता है अभी
just
भी
kind of hold the
ये
line
भी
here.
अच्छा प्लेयर है भाई पुराना प्लेयर है ये काफी
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can just be one of those things where Munchkin just takes a little while to download all the information. We've already seen some kind of unusual stuff from Nongshim, so this round, though, exactly what the doctor ordered. Able to stop Dombi before he's able to get going.
Sure,
Worked by
sure.
Buzz there, and
Why not, baby?
Meteor
You are
just
my
swings out
छोटू
in
सा
the
प्यारा
mid.
सा baby, है ना?
Does what he does best and claims lives. So Ivy, yep, just a save. Nothing left to do in this round.
I thought maybe, given that he had, you know, he's got 15-50.
He could.
Good amount. He's one away from having the pit online, so I thought maybe he would try to make a play either for a kill or a death, but it's like,
तुझे
we'll
नहीं
just
मुझे
go ahead
गिफ्ट
and
करो
hold the
पहले
weapon,
तो
try to bolster the
नहीं
economy
मैं
as
बाद
much
में
as
कर दूंगा
possible,
तुम्हें
but when it does come down to
ऐसा
ultimate
करते मैं तुम्हें
T1
रिवर
now,
वाला देता हूँ नाइफ
that
तो मुझे वो जो नया आया है ना नया बंडल अभी आया
ready
है
to rip.
I
वो
think
वाला
if
नाइफ
he
गिफ्ट कर
went
दो
for anything
ओके
there, I wouldn't fault him in the least. To
डील
add on to what you're saying is, not only is he one away from an ultimate, but T1 wouldn't get any extra ult orbs out of that.
भाई वो
On top
स्कैम
of
ये
that,
5000 में क्या
T1's
मिल रहा
players' economy is in the bin, so if you could take an extra gun,
है हाँ
might be able to force out a Guardian or a Bulldog or something in this round instead. So, but
भाई तो
doesn't want
उसका
to do it.
नाइफ
That's
अच्छा
also
है
totally legit, totally fine. You know, the economy here is maybe a little shaky for Nongshim.
Well, will be the dimensional drift to open things up from Francis.
वो तो यार
This
रनेट
man
बैक है
trying
ना
to
यार
catch somebody on a timing is Buzz. Dropping down on top of the box.
भाई
Now the
भाई
showstopper.
ओए
As he goes
ओए
up and
ओए
over the top. He's going to go ahead and take himself
ले गया
out.
बस
As RB will
खुद
go
भी मर
with
गया एक को लेके भी गया
suddenly as the dust starts to settle. It's just Nongshim into the player advantage. Nightfall going to crash across from Stacks.
ना भाई
Taking on the
सिचुएशन हीट
Exos.
अप हो गई
Meanwhile, the flank getting ready to come through out of mid. Pings are coming down. So
लाडले स्ट्रीम है ना डिले तो आएगा
He's just going to be trying to exit right
Ui.
here in the open.
Ui.
Stacks now having to do it all. A 1v2. It's
नहीं
a
होगा
very
वो
hard
डिले
angle
कम
to try to clear, but Francis, ooh, he gave him the
वो नॉर्मल
opportunity.
डिले रहेगा अगर दोनों में
Stacks just
करेंगे
can't
स्ट्रीम
quite get it over the finish line.
Yeah, just again, the response here from T1
एक
is
बार
to
चेक
try
कर लेता
to
हूँ
peel back from the initial hit, set up Buzz for his showstopper. He can't find Dombi. He's looking for him. Has to go for the target that's right under his feet and take
मेरी
some
तरफ से तो
damage
कोई डिले नहीं है
from Nongshim and his own
मैंने कोई
rocket.
डिले नहीं डाला
Ivy there, steady pair of hands.
I mean, it's a big round to get through. You got
Huge.
3 ultimates out of T1, and you got
हो सकता है
the
मैं
win on
स्क्रीन शेयर कर
that.
देता हूँ
Only having
डिस्कॉर्ड
to make
पे
your own dimensional drift, so massive victory for Nongshim.
हाँ तो
As
कोई
Pit
ना
now
स्क्रीन शेयर करो
spreading
बोल
out into mid. This is our new pit view for anybody who hasn't watched in a while.
Yeah, it is actually there. Don't worry.
I'll let it check. We'll get the spot.
Keep it up. Again, very patient play. Nongshim, they've put attention into mid previously, and that ended up being their vector of attack. But with that pit there, this time T1 even more confident to kind of give up that mid space, leave Meteor to
भाई
his own
इको
devices.
31 का यार
How good he is when it comes to just being that lurk player, being on his own.
The gamble, though.
30
Meteor can quickly just rotate back through. Buzz forward.
क्या
Judge
हुआ
in hand. He's able to find one. Dombi going to be taken down. Pain shell sent. Just go ahead. Push back that pressure. T1 find an opening kill. To try to pull off this half force.
And they've sent
क्या लगता है
Ivy out to
भाई
the
योरू
side of the
वो
map.
देख भाई
Maybe
वो
one
रेडी बैठा है फ्लैश करने के लिए उनको इधर ही
Set up here.
आई देख लिया
Falling for the clone
Ui.
now, swinging in. Gets
ओए
it's not
ओए
really dealt.
ओए
Zizu and Munchkin will be able to capitalize. T1
भाई लेफ्ट राइट ऊपर नीचे सारी जगह गोली मार दी
close the gap to just 2 rounds separating.
Yeah, that's
भाई
huge.
साहब
Blessing that pit. A bit of a half fight. Getting this time Buzz with the judge right up close and personal. Dombi's trying to
Yeah,
get
well,
out of there
yeah.
instantly. He's like, oh no, that's not what I wanted to see. Great flash there. Sets up for the finish.
कौन सी वाली
Nicely done.
हाँ
But now you get the op. Couple ults though. Shotgun there for Dombi. Some stingers as well. Now the money's running dry for Nongshim, and Izu's already got one.
मैं वो करूँगा अभी सेटअप करूँगा यार अभी ना पहले ऑलरेडी मैंने किया हुआ है ये सारा कुछ तो फिर बार-बार चेंज करता हूँ ना फिर वो चेंज हो जाता
Damn good
है
kill, damn good punish.
सारा कुछ चेंज हो
Very
जाता
much
है
slows
इसलिए
down
मैं
the
करता
approach
था
from Nongshim. France is now having to back away as well.
एक बार ये सेटअप हो जाए ना सही से फिर मैं छेड़ नहीं पाता
Meteor
स्टार्ट हो गई नहीं तो बंद हो जाती है
slot back
स्ट्रीम
down
फिर
through the vents in case there's some additional mid pressure.
He's gonna give up that space a bit though. gives an opportunity here. Stacks.
स्ट्रीम की
Kinda hold the line
उसके बिना 14
potentially.
अगर स्ट्रीम की नहीं यूज करूंगा
Shotgun.
तो उसके बिना 1440p
Floating
में
around
स्ट्रीम
there
नहीं
now.
होगी.
Dropped off a Dombi. They back off
1080
of this.
ग्राफिक कार्ड है ना मेरा,
Actually had a moment there. Nice shot by Izu
उसको
again.
ओवरक्लॉक किया है और
With
उसके
it.
बाद उसको क्या कहते
Welcome to be
हैं
cleared.
यूट्यूब को भी किया है
Well,
स्ट्रीम
there's
की
at least
दूसरा
gonna be
1440
one.
वाला.
Still here at ramp.
नहीं नहीं एक ही बार सेव की हुई है.
So just trying to narrow down the
वही यूज
possibilities.
होती है.
Meanwhile, Meteor finding some contact in mid. TP forward.
नहीं ऐसे नहीं होता, एक बार ही बना लो उसको यूज करो, वो यूज होगा बार बार, चेंज नहीं होती कभी भी.
Ross taken down. Stacks now.
हाँ
Will
वो
end up
जितनी
falling.
बारी
Ivy
कनेक्ट
able to
करोगे
get
उतनी
some
बारी
damage
नहीं
through with
बनेगी.
that stinger. Stops it from being a flawless, but the spike is stranded. There's 20
कोई
seconds
ना मेरे को
remaining.
बता
So
देना
he could really
भाई.
hope for would be to
मीटियोर
save this weapon.
मीटियोर 1 HP है भाई.
Meteor with 1 HP, still pushing forward, looking for the fight.
फ्लैंक बैठा है भाई वो.
See if Ivy just tucks back into that corner again.
It looks like same save spot as the last. Worked once, might as well try it again. T1
भाई
stopping
निकल
their way
निकल
back
पीछे
into
तेरे
this map.
पीछे
Now
तेरे
just
मीटियोर
already
पीछे.
tying it up.
बच गया भाई.
Yeah, I want to see this first kill from Izu. Give us the whole play here.
Oh, it's blind.
It's just blind.
Couldn't see a damn thing.
Just
भाई
caught
क्या
Dambi
डामी को
going.
Where
थप्पड़
would
मारा
I
है
be if I
उसने.
was a Neon sprinting like a lunatic at a ramp?
Right about here. Yeah, Meteor again. So steady.
नाइस.
Couple big 2Ks in mid. Puts him up to 9 and 7 overall. Now within one round or
भाई वो
T1.
बिना रिएक्शन के खेल रहा है वो.
Still gonna have that op. Still gonna have an economy behind this. Kind of a still wonky buy for Nongshim. Do have a couple big ults though. Got that fade ult. Meteor again.
This is his territory. You cannot challenge into this if he's alive. Stacks now. Alone on the site for the moment, swinging out, pops the clone. Dombi still
Ui.
pushing forward. The judge
Arey
is able to
bhai.
connect, finds the kill, but falls down to 11 HP.
अरे वो
Pulls the weapons away to pin
उसको
down
लगा
the
वो
defensive
स्प्रे करेगा
line.
पर
He
उसने
sets one
स्प्रे
up.
नहीं किया.
Still do have
वो इसलिए रुक गया था वहीं पे.
position should they so choose, but looks like everybody's just going to
उसको
stay
क्या
silent on
पता
the site for
वो
now.
धक धक
I
करेगा
was
मर
just thinking
जाएगा.
that. This could be a good opportunity for RB to create a flank angle instead of all just
और
crowding
सारे
into this
बैठे हैं
pit.
उसके ऊपर भाई. पेट में सारे बैठे हैं.
Screen for now.
ओए
Shell try to flush them out of the corner. Looking for some damage. And oh, gets the spot
Ui,
up there. Fuzzy will draw that
RB
fast
दिख
enough.
गया भाई.
Finding RB, the spray and pray rewarded is down
ला
to
भाई
a ball.
ये
Now it's all
शॉर्टी
down
से
to
मैच
Ivy.
खत्म करके वे.
You know where he's at. Growled in around the elbow, but still does have the pit advantage. Meteor
Nah,
low,
you got
Buzz
that.
low
Ooh,
as well.
मार
Jumps
दिया
the corner
थप्पड़.
with the shorty. But the time
नहीं
it's
नहीं
gonna
हो
be
गया.
close.
does not have it.
नहीं हुआ.
Not even.
2
Maybe off by about a second. Yeah.
99 सेकंड भाई.
So the Red Bull clutch goes the way of Nongshim as they lock up at least
भाई
6
वो
for the
सब
half.
बिना मतलब का
Moment
क्लच
there.
ले गया भाई वो.
Maybe T1 was going to be able to get the ball rolling. Buzz able to find two big openers, but still that pit just too much to crack. It just took too long to get over into the position to start the retake. Feel a bit bad for Buzz. He lit up Dombi on there, but the dink came through the
वो
wall.
स्प्रे में मरा ना बज ने जब
Get the
स्प्रे
kill.
किया.
Put him down to 11.
थोड़ा सा और पहले मार देता ना उसे तो राउंड निकल
Take
जाता.
those if you're Nongshim.
Oh yeah.
भाई क्या.
Anything
Look at
other
this.
after the ult investments would have been a bit more disastrous, but yeah, walk forward from Izu. I mean, just boldly pushing forward in the garage. He's getting a ton of info.
Yeah, but Nongshim here was stacked, so
भाई वो तो इधर साइड में आ रहे
kills on
हैं.
this
ओए ओए भाई डाम भी.
Dombi just gonna get caught. Straight through the
Ui.
smoke, but okay.
स्मोक में गार्डियन का स्प्रे.
With a
लेट्स
guardian,
गो.
we'll just catch a headshot there onto Izu, and then
Hi,
just
bhai.
rotates up into ramp, takes out Meteor as well.
आरबी भाई.
Goes from bad to great.
just
बैठे
Meteor
हैं भाई
just
तीनों वहीं बैठे
a
हैं.
little over aggressive. You have Munchkin there with the judge. Could have tried to bait that a little bit more. You can see how wary Nongshim are. Looking for that trap,
Let's
looking for that wild
see.
card that
मेरे
T1
को
still
क्यों लग रहा
has.
है एक मरेगा और इनका बंदा. ये मर गया.
The Raptor,
Ui.
final one, the
Ui.
showstopper, just lobbed in.
चढ़
This
गया
time
भाई.
does not take himself out of the equation. Only
भाई बज
Ivy.
हो गया, हीट हो गया.
Follow up paint shell, lobbed forward. Just RB.
क्या भाई वो
scouting,
कहते हैं I
find
don't
the
care.
power. what a clutch this would be.
ये क्या है? आरबी निकाल सकता है।
Smoke dissipates.
हाँ,
Finds the first, but cannot get a
भाई
follow-up. 3Ks for the two
भाई
remaining
उसने
players.
निकाल दिया
Buzz
था।
will come out on top.
हाँ भाई बच गया भाई, शुक्र है भाई।
Almost
Almost निकल ही गया था भाई।
Get a little bit of luck. Both teams able to get one through the smokes. Getting that op out of play from RB is massive. Taking Meteor down there. Meteor just trying to pick a target. Couldn't quite connect, but Buzz just needed that one. He was off to the races. Able to clean out the third. Would love to get one more here for T1, but that probably hasn't been the defender side. They
भाई बाइंड बहुत घटिया मैप है यार।
backing off Meteor this time.
भाई मेरा इस पे बहुत कम विन रेट है।
भाई yeah, he just disrespects the smoke.
भाई का एंगल ही नहीं क्लियर किया, स्मोक से निकल के मार गया वो।
Pressure applied.
भाई ईज़ो के पास टाइमिंग है भाई दो निकालने की।
Just feeling favored in that moment.
हाँ बच गया। वो आ गया भाई।
Forward, able to find Francis. A little bit more, but Dabby up in heaven, able to find one. Meteor going to be taken down.
भाई
Straips back.
चढ़ गए भाई। भाई वो नियॉन ओए बच गया।
Once again, Izu unable to find the shot, but Stack still continues to hold his own as he finds Dabby. Leaving just extra.
भाई वो अपनी वो दो उंगलियां निकाल के भाई निकल गया। ओ मार दिया भाई, शुक्र है भाई।
A catastrophic start for T1.
कमबैक तो हो गया भाई।
Ends up being a tied-up scoreline of 6-6 at the half.
Yeah. And this is the first round where we've seen Nongshim really try to push the limits of T1 in terms of disrespecting some of that util, disrespecting the smoke, trying to set up for their own moment, but T1 is ready and rare.
भाई ये डाम्बी को खुद नहीं पता भाई वो क्या कर रहा था भाई वो।
To be one of the big keys here on this map of split.
कभी आगे कभी
to deal with
पीछे।
Dambi. Again, just firepower for firepower. Look, you know he's going to have it. Your best option to stop it. Since you don't have a lot of those agents that have the trapping abilities other than Fade, is going to be to just shoot him. And that's tough to do. That's why you're seeing them back up, take longer angle fights on his attack angles, like back up the ramps, things like that. Try to just shut Dambi down.
मैच में आईजीएल देता है सिर्फ।
Clearly targeted.
टाइम आउट में कोच बात करता है और मैच में जो इन गेम मतलब गेम जब चल रहा है तो उसमें आईजीएल बात करता है। आईजीएल कमांड करता है।
Yeah, I mean, I think it was across the board, widely a bit of a shaky start, but the resurgence that we were seeing.
भाई कोच के ऊपर जितना वो होता है ना प्रेशर।
Stacks. Help get the team up to the 6-6 scoreline. Pretty decent.
That being said,
आईजीएल के ऊपर तो चलो यार, उसको तो टीम को देखना पर कोच के ऊपर हर एक स्टेप का मोमेंट का होता है भाई कि कहां कौन गलती कर रहा है, क्या कर रहा है, कैसे खेल रहा है वो सब।
A lot of pressure at mid that T1 assumed was just fake to create space on the extremities when actually that plays right in Nongshim hands. They want to go up the gut. They want to put those Dambi moments in play. They want to see that come through.
chaos के बिना तो कोई मैच ही नहीं है ना यार। तुम कोई भी इनका वो देख लो। लेट्स गो कॉस्मिक। आइए कॉस्मिक भाई, अच्छा बनाया थंबनेल भाई। मैंने तेरा थंबनेल लगाया, देखा तूने? तो थंबनेल लगा दिया मैंने। थैंक यू यार थंबनेल बनाने के लिए। भाई तुम्हें पेपर एक्स का जो एलेक्स कोच है ना भाई, उसको देखना होता है भाई। भाई वो भाई वो टीम तोड़ देता है पूरी, गाली निकाल के उनको। पर यार वो बेस्ट कोच है भाई, पेपर एक्स जहाँ पहुंची है ना उसके बलबूते पे ही है भाई।
Obviously this is just match MVP.
Yes, match MVP.
In case anybody didn't understand, Boombot will be able to find one at Garage.
भाई क्या क्लासिक लग रही है ना एनएस की।
Somewhat surprisingly, we have not seen a bandit pop up so far in this game.
भाई कुछ अच्छी हैं, कुछ तो ऐसे घटिया भी है।
Meteors just opted to go.
अरे वेलकम ब्रो वेलकम, कोई बात है भाई, थैंक यू क्या बोल रहे हैं यार। तूने मेहनत की है भाई।
I'm pretty sure he did. Or they did.
Yeah.
Izu. There's contact potentially here.
Oh yeah. ओए बच गया।
We'll get some damage into Meteor. In fact,
भाई क्या विप किया उसने?
Set up for Bunch gonna die. Dambi's gonna be sliding forward.
अरे
one, Extras getting another. Is this just a bloodbath at ramps?
भाई क्या विप किया?
2v2. It's a quick rotation.
भाई क्या गंदा ट्रेड कर रहा है.
They are technically outgunned at the moment.
Usually those trades
लो भाई.
favor the attacker.
मैं नहीं भाई. बोल अब तो खत्म है भाई. आरबी बचा है पर.
Instantaneous. Have to see
निकाल
that one
सकता है.
back.
ओए पीछे वो बच गया.
Swings the corner here. The
nah,
now will beat Buzz. A deeper
देख लिया
angle.
बस ने.
Ties it up 1-1 in pistols. And T1 take the lead for the first time on split.
भाई let's suppose वो दोनों ऐसे पीछे देख के वो करते.
Trying to fight for that A ramp control, but again, T1's just grouped up as 5 as the attackers will take this battle in that regard every time. Nice little attempt at the wide swing to open up the angle. Just the drive-by, I suppose, from Izu.
I would probably scream that regularly if I was on Meteor's team as well.
Oh, it'd be the only word I'd use sometimes.
कौन सा कह रहा है?
Spam to 65.
रात में कौन सा T1 वाला?
Just piling forward, but
कौन सी वाला?
the blind is
अरे
there.
रुक यहाँ पे खोल लेते हैं. मेरे को भी ऐसे नहीं याद.
Munchkin just shutting him down.
यहाँ पे दिख जाएगा.
Tuck in behind the box.
यहाँ पे
Buzz
पीछे
does
हो
have a ping
जा.
shell. Does he consider it?
Matches
Prowler doesn't check it.
completed.
They have to be aware of it. They
कौन
are
से वाले में
watching
बात
court.
कर
Buzz
रहा है
will
तू?
just
जेंजी
quickly
वाले
find
में
the
बात कर
headshot.
रहा है? कौन से वाले में? कल रात को तो कल जेंजी हुआ था तो उसमें वो दी थी डोमिनेशन फोकस में. जेंजी हार गई थी.
Buzz does it again. On for a 4K. X-Ross all the way across the map. Still trying to find this lurk here.
कौन सा वाला बा?
Does manage to identify Meteor as having a bit of a giggle. Is he trying to bait him into a knife fight?
ओए भाई उसको देखो क्या कर रहा है.
Is
ओए
this a
नहीं
gentleman's agreement? No, no, it's not.
भाई हक दिया. छी रे.
I really thought he was
भाई
gonna be like, yo, knife,
हक
let's
दिया
go.
भाई.
I thought that once you said it, I'm like, that's got to be what he's doing here, right? Right?
It would have been sick.
I would have appreciated that.
भाई उसने
But I
हक
think
दिया
there, if you're
भाई.
Meteor, the tech is to go dot 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 dot. That's to let people know you want a knife fight.
ये देख यहाँ पे आएगा. ये देख जल्दी
Blind
देख.
shaving a hair.
अरे
I don't
दिखाया ही नहीं इन्होंने यार.
It's what people do in games I play, like when they want to just have like a melee battle.
ओए भाई.
They do that. I swear. I'm not making this up.
एड्रेनल ज्यादा बाहर आ गया इनका.
Bingo?
Origin. Yeah, bingo.
Yeah, we have knife fights in the bingo hall.
Yeah, just a bunch of pensioners beating the crap out of each other.
नहीं.
Steel Walker.
I'm starting a fight.
T1 buzz भाई.
The attendance will dwindle very quickly as everyone breaks their hips. Well, Domby dead at the start of the round. Not the greatest
पतंग
moves,
उड़ाएंगे
but try to
ये.
stop this bonus conversion.
ओए
Showstopper drawn out, dropped down from RB. Trying frantically to get out.
ओए
Eludes
भाई.
capture, finds a shot. Easy
भाई,
swing corners,
check
able
ही
to
नहीं
find
कर
him
रहा
though.
भाई.
X-Ross will be taken down. 3v2 with Izu down to 8. He's not going to be able to find the grab. Munchkin.
ओए
Finds a
भाई.
headshot. He was going
अरे.
to get guard, much like right there. As Francis is able to find it. Home to the side. The shots are Mally. They know. Still hasn't managed to advance forward onto the side. He's got to clear every single
Ui.
angle.
ओए भाई निकाल दिया भाई.
Massive 3K
भाई
for
निकाल दिया
Francis.
भाई.
Stops the opponent's conversion.
भाई साहब.
Nongshim back into this half, but at such hefty cost.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection here with positioning from Nongshim. RB
Hi,
in particular,
sir.
something we saw from him in the opening match is how tricky he is with those TPs.
हाँ.
And he
टाइमिंग हो
goes
जाती तो निकल भी
to
जाता.
the ropes when Buzz expects him to go to the alley. Catches him completely off guard and nullifies this showstopper.
भाई वो रेस का जो अल्ट बज ने जो देखा नहीं ना पीछे.
From the IGL of Nongshim. And then Francis, steady pair of hands. Saw this time and time again. Last year, the off-season
भाई
Thursday.
देखियो रिएक्शन ही नहीं है कोई.
Francis has got
जापानीज
it.
कहीं का.
You need somebody to step up. He's done it a lot for Nongshim.
Once again, looking for a very aggressive.
ओए
push
नहीं
out.
ओए नहीं ओए.
I mean, he's just bounding forward. He doesn't have a weapon drawn.
भाई क्या ओए क्या था ये.
Into the meat grinder.
भाई क्या पुश किए दोनों ओए. भाई पर की
Be
बॉल
like that sometimes with Dambi.
ला भाई.
just, you know,
Curious.
yeah, you know, just wasn't the trap they were expecting.
Oh.
Good read from T1.
ओए दिखा मंचकिन दिख गया
Managed to find a kill.
ये देखो भाई डकार मार रहा है चिकन के
For the moment, I mean,
ओए पीछे है तेरे ओए
to himself.
ओए पीछे है तेरे
He's able to find
ए बड़ा
Stacks. That opens the floodgates, but Stacks
क्या
just
कह रहा है
continues on his merry way. Ivy now is probably scratching his head.
ये मटक रही है कहाँ है
He might just get outdone in this game of Ring Around the Rosie. Because now he's got to push back into the site if
पता
he
नहीं
wants to
भाई
go for the
अपने हो
defuse.
जाएगी स्टार्ट
He just doesn't have the information. Will be able to maybe find Izu. Yes, he does.
हो जानी चाहिए सही अपने आप हो
Some
जाएगी
additional
भाई टाइम
damage
लेंगे
dealt.
अभी
Reads the push from Buzz, but can't quite dispatch him.
बीच में वो हो रहा होगा ना थोड़ा
Bad here
बहुत
for Nongshim.
फ्रेम
T1
रेट का कुछ
continue
ऊपर
to
नीचे हो
round
रहा है
lead.
अब ठीक होगी देख
Yeah, so off of the success of the previous round, Nongshim wants to turn up the tempo. It just doesn't matter. There's just too much there. They don't even check that side. They don't know which way to look. They're getting hit from every angle.
It's run into the wood chipper in Tuckerdale versus Evil.
खेल रहा था
Thought
भाई
about that movie in a long time.
रुकियो एक मिनट मैं इसको
That's
स्टार्ट
going
करूँ
to be
दोबारा
surprisingly the first time out call of this map. Now they do force Nongshim to have to press the button.
I mean, I feel like if there's any IGL in the league that you can be cautious with the timeouts with, it's Munchkin. I really want to talk about Munchkin here. Like maybe if some of the fans didn't see some of the like interviews and content that have been floating around in the Korean scene, like I talked about it a little bit earlier, how much respect all the players have for him and how everyone in Korea is like, yep, T1's the team to beat now because of him going there. But it's like, even his own teammates are saying, we have a hard time keeping up with him because he's so far ahead of the curve. He's, you know, he's out here playing 40 chess. Everybody else playing checkers. And Munchkin is just like so thoughtful, so intuitive. He's so good at taking everything that's going on, keeping track of util usage, all these things. Understanding opponents' tendencies.
Well, Izu is just rushing ramp, and oh my god! Hits the shot, he gets out!
भाई क्या किया भाई वो पूरा आउटलुक गोल गोल घुमा
What
के
an
गया
absolute thief! Is, okay, Munchkin, yeah,
Hello?
he's got a double
Hi.
take still. Managed to find the kill on a Francis.
हैक्स यूज कर रहा है मंचकिन
Well, this has been a start of a round.
I enjoyed myself. I feel like T1 did too. At least so far. Ivy's still a sheriff. Oh, never mind.
No, he is gonna just get dropped. It's a flawless here. It's T1 hit double digits. Back into the buys for Nongshim. Have at least the dimensional drift and RP's ult as well to try to make a go of this. That is just so damn fast.
Hit. Man. It's like he's hit scanning there. Goodness. Munchkin 3K. Of course, talked about the big brain, but man's got aim to back it up for sure. Seen it time and time again. Able to react in time. Francis with an op. Immediate pull of Izu's ult. Francis undetected initially.
Oh my god, Buzz!
That was slick.
How are you gonna do it to him like that? It's so smooth. Slides out with a blast pack, forces the whiff shot, and just immediately kills Francis.
That's some Jing stuff right there. That's some good practice being put in by Buzz. Get that blast pack movement and the landing under control.
Planted. Toxins going up.
Now you've got the flank coming in as well. Meteor and Stacks both working their way forward through the vents. Might be going to try to go on approaches. Prowler checks around elbow. Downby starting to sprint forward. There's the walk out, and there's Buzz claiming it from down below the shorty. Sending Ivy to his demise. RP does well to collect 2 kills, but he cannot rescue this round.
Wow.
कौन सा ऑफर चाहिए तेरे को
The smooth criminal Buzz up to 24 kills. He might be really wanting to get ahead of Meteor in that MVP department. But that was, let's see this from Buzz's perspective. Beautiful. Tap, tap.
Thinking of the spray down. A little bit of assist damage there. Let's go ahead and lock it up with the shorty. He is having a fantastic return to the stage.
ये देखो सोया हो जाएगा ये.
It's easy with that outlaw again. Stax has his ult, all the ults except for Dombies. He's one away from it. Could be a swing round here for Nongshim. They need it.
How fast in the draw are you going to be? Well, smoke will just bloom, so never mind. Not given the opportunity to try to punish a jump peek. Well, weapons ring out in mid. Sees nades into the right side, but Francis, okay, able to find Meteor. Gets shut down on the lurk just outside of A main. Hasn't managed to push forward to grab the weapon, though, so for now is still just going to have the Sheriff in hand.
He's checking early. Some of those cheeky spots that Nongshim likes to take to hide. Just continuing to show presence here. T1. Maybe off the back of that toxic screen, they could double down.
Clock is ticking. After losing that flank from Meteor, this has given pause to T1 as far as assessing where they want to go.
Now Buzz is down to 5.
Prowler not going to get the spot. Downbeat paranoid into the corner. Stinger in hand, and that's going to be Stax dead. Munchkin does go up over the top, able to find the kill to trade it back, but 3v3 with Buzz at 5 health. Nizu's still struggling to try to get this push going. Smoke going to be falling. The second shot to find RB, but Ivy puts the spike down on the floor. 12 seconds remaining. Sends out the bite, the swing in from Buzz. Capitalizes, but Francis out from heaven. Finds a kill into Izu, and he just can't get to it. Dies to the bite, and it's going to be a thrifty for Nongshim to try to rally back.
That's massive for them. They didn't even have to use an ult. That's huge. Able to just win with some Sheriffs, some good positioning, good timings to counter T1's movement.
I want to see this catch on Meteor. This really just opened it all up, and yeah, rode the wall. Stax alive. You see a very different outcome to the round.
Beat that Prowler, but want in response to at least back up the opposing op. So Ichioru going to be sporting the snipers. Man, you got to be so cautious here as T1. I mean, you're just trying to find ways to get an ult or two out before you really commit to something. See if you can get Nongshim to be a little bit antsy. Love to get rid of that Nightfall in particular.
Nongshim's Prowler out to A main. Didn't spot out Izu's position. He's also not really been able to get set up in any kind of hard line with this operator. Just now starting to swing and get some potential targets. Downbeat just there around the corner. It's Ross on top of the box. As Francis rings out a shot, he's to join back in. Someone on the correct side of the map, but the rotations are starting to come in. But Francis on the repeat, out the screens. Find one, finds two. Buzz and Izu both taken down. T1 have the door slammed in their faces.
Oh,
as it's a
30
quick
seconds
little glimpse
left.
there on the Meteor, but no way to find that punish. 20 seconds now remaining. Clock running down, and starting to maybe suspect that this has been the pivot to
भाई एनएस के डांबी को बीच में दौरे पड़ते हैं क्या थोड़े-थोड़े.
Paranoia sent Munchkin blind. It does manage to keep his path, but it's right in the Ivy's welcome grasp. As Nongshim still yet some fight remaining in these players.
Yeah, a little bit kind of predictable here from T1 in terms of stuff that was shown in the previous round. You try to run it again to see if you can catch your opponent sleeping a little bit, but no smoke there to cover off Francis's angle. So he's just got a open sight line. Yeah, that's the end of the world there for Stax.
Timeout.
And here's the timeout. I have to assume T1 here.
भाई एक और टाइम आउट आ गया भाई.
Timeout call for T1 of the season. That's where you got to be wary. Things have started to get they've started getting a little bit overheated.
Yeah.
These last couple rounds.
Which there was a time when that kind of seemed like it was going to work in T1's favor, where they were able to shut down Nongshim's, sort of aggression and their desire to try to push the extremities of the map, but once Nongshim just kind of settles in, holds some good defaults, they've shown that they're very capable in that regard. Got to make sure that you're getting those smokes in the right places. I think that's probably something that you're definitely talking about here, to make sure that that op doesn't get a chance for Francis again to just ruin a round before it starts. Buzz's money is only good enough to buy a Spectre. Does have a showstopper though. Still a lot of ults for Nongshim. They did use the Nightfall. That's it. A lot of retake potential. A 4-1 stack, and T1's on the right side.
Yeah, they're quickly trying to pivot back across to the correct side of the map. Showstopper from Buzz. Where does he send it? Over towards Alley, but no one there to receive it. But Ivy's does get taken down. Easy just storming forward onto the site. Does manage to find the kill, so no chance for that hit, but Meteor has his. And immediately invests it, sprawling back in through Alley. This really isolates the only easy angle of approach down to heaven.
It's so much tougher because you don't have the Nightfall here to help you try to clear that pit.
You have the dimensional drift from Francis, but he's gonna send it.
Let's go.
He does have that operator in hand. Things could get dicey very quickly. These stacks has been spotted out quite just yet. It gets some damage in, but doesn't convert the kill. Shot out through the smoke. Munchkin finding the first. Francis, shorty in hand, cleans up the enemy Omen as things do start getting chaotic, but it's going to be T1 converting off the back of the timeout to get up the map point.
Yeah, just
a
simple little call here from T1. If you don't feel much pressure, you've got a showstopper. Just go for the big play at B. And it is wide open for the taking. You know, Nongshim here, I think, gambling that the showstopper fast exec would be over on the other side of the map. Just didn't get the read right. Had a lot of tools for the retake, but not enough to get the job done. Post plant positioning really nice here for T1. The cover fire there. A little bit of awkwardness from Stacks, but all's well that ends well. Got that out for Francis, but had to go down to a stinger for RB. Little bit of damage done. Dombi has the regen shield at least. Trying to keep the util, keep the pressure on here. Munchkin already in mail.
Oh, RP, had he sent out that paranoia, it could have been monstrous for them, but instead does just get caught up and taken down. But Extros filling that space here in mail. Finding 3 kills, looking for a little bit more, but it's going to be Izu coming away with 2 of his own. Dimensional drift in play. Gate crash is going to be set up from Francis in towards back B. Has that operator, but Izu goes deep enough to get the spot, sees the weapon, moves back around the corner. Francis trying to find the timing shot. Just doesn't quite find it. Buzz wins out a fight versus Ivy, which is 30 HP remaining, and now they just go sprinting to the A site.
Huge kill for Buzz. That is opening up so much of the map.
There's the drop down, there's the kill. Buzz in pole position. 28 and 11 for him. That is
let's go.
Taking down Nongshim on Nongshim's map pick split.
Yeah, I mean T1 a little shaky here and there, but kind of starting to become that team that you expect here in Kickoff for Pacific. An absolute monster of a team.
पर अगर आरबी और
क्या
नाम है डैम्बी ओवरकुक हो गए ना, हीट अप हो गए,
फिर मुश्किल हो जाएगा. Coming up in some big moments.
फिर ये
especially in that last round
फिर
there.
मुश्किल हो जाएगा जीतना भाई.
Kill out of the back of stairs. That opened up that extra opportunity to rotate.
भाई नींद क्यों आ रहा है मेरे को?
Oh, I like this song.
Plenty.
मैं तो धूप भी निकली है. 2 दिन से बारिश पड़ रही थी.
Momentum was there, but T1 started to get a bit more of an understanding. Well, I think also just a bit more willingness to kind of lean into
भाई हम सच में मजाक नहीं कर रहा, हमारे यहाँ पे धूप है.
Which is shocking in a way, because you would think that if there's chaos, it should be Nongshim favored. But you gotta remember that the quality and caliber of player on T1,
वो पागल वागल हो जाते हैं ये थोड़े बीच में.
accolades that they have accumulated over the years. You can be as chaotic as you want, but not many teams have had a ton of success in the long run.
Yeah. Well, T1 scathed there. Certainly didn't get out of that one easily, but do manage to find the opening map. But for now, we're going to go ahead and send it up to the analyst desk.
Mentis game खेल रहा है.
There you have it, the super team delivering once again here on Split. Nongshim did bring it quite close, and there were a few rounds where it was undeniable that Nongshim had the firepower to take this all the way. But T1, there you have it, closing it out, and it's 13-9.
Yeah, I mean, I think a very solid start from T1. To me, this really showed the level of their individuals. I felt like they were just taking the fight to Nongshim, or when it came down to those one-on-one duels, I felt like they won the really crucial ones, and that was really kind of what got the ball rolling for them and ultimately got it across the line.
Yeah, with both of them
By
being
first
very
blood,
similar
T1
comps, I
के
do think
15
T1
है.
was a lot better with the trading situations.
Yeah.
There was a lot of times because Dami's playing the Neon, he's really far from Francis, and then they're very reliant
तो वो
on
आया
him
है.
getting the
क्या
entry.
कहते हैं उसे?
Versus
Time
T1, I do feel like the two duelists is going in
वो है ना, next
together
map के लिए
much nicer, and then
वो
Munchkin's
कर रहे
always
हैं.
right behind with the TP.
Yeah.
That's why we saw on the attack side, especially when they get that first kills, they almost always get the site a little bit more clean than Nongshim did on their attack side. So I do think a little bit of a duelist diff there, just in terms of the pairing on this map.
Yeah, and the teamwork as well. And that's where all of the experience that we've been talking about on the side of T1 comes into play, because we did mention how Munchkin is one of the best IGLs that we have here in Pacific, but I also want to point out how comfortable he made his players.
Yeah.
We see Meteor on the stage, and you know how you can tell when Meteor has a bad day? Or when you can tell when something's up.
Yeah.
There are a lot of moments like that in previous seasons. Meteor was having a good time.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you have a global MVP that has a good time, well, you know, you're ready for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I like the energy that we saw from T1 on stage. You know, everybody knows last year that maybe there was a little bit of friction in that team from time to time, but it seemed like, you know, only from an outside perspective, they were gelling, they were having some fun, joking around with each other, which is exactly what a team like this needs. When you have so many star players, you can't have that friction, you can't have that ego.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope they don't get ahead of themselves. You just mentioned Meteor, and we were joking a little bit in the green room. There's a couple of times when Meteor's just on the wrong side, like he's on the wrong side of Mail in the vent, and then he's a little bit out of position, but he still.
अबे कितना स्ट्रीम रुकता है भाई इनका यूट्यूब पे, ट्विच पे देखता हूँ रुको. अब तो भाई ट्विच पे भी हम एफिलेट हैं, अब तो ट्विच पे भी एफिलेट हैं, अब तो ट्विच की भी हम ले सकते हैं.
Got them over the line, but then still they couldn't take it this one, so I'm a little bit worried for Nongshim, to be honest.
Also,
अरे अब तो ट्विच पे कोई बोल भी नहीं सकता
map
है.
pick now. They have to move across the Haven, which T1 will have prepared very, very well. And of course, they have that tape on Nongshim from when they played it earlier on in the tournament. So it's a little bit stacked against them now.
Yeah, absolutely. And
ट्विच
you could
पे
just tell
मैं
that T1
एफिलेट हो गया ना
was
स्ट्रीम
very,
करके,
very comfortable.
तो
They
अब तो कोई
couldn't
दिक्कत भी
wait
ना
to
है. अब
get
तो ट्विच
back
पे
on
कोई
the
बोलेगा भी नहीं
VCT
कि हाँ
Pacific
भाई
stage
कौन है तू.
and really just get into their opponents' faces, just like we saw so many highlights. We saw Izu a lot on the judge and Buzz as well, of course. There were so many moments where there's just so much firepower on T1.
This
That's
is
exactly what we were
so
expecting.
me and Ewok talking about this in the green room. You want to stop a guy who's a neon trick, you know? He's in your face and he's fast, you put a judge there. Look at that, you run around a corner, bang, dealt with. It doesn't matter if you're stunned. Now, I think one of the players that I really want to highlight is Stacks. We said, what is his role in this team? Why is he here? And I felt like his performance was solid today.
Yeah, he looked pretty decent. I think there's going to be a lot of question marks over him in general. If Buzz is having maps like these, then maybe he doesn't have to do too much.
Yeah.
But we have seen Buzz go missing a couple of times, and I do mention that because the standard for him is that high. He's been around for a long time, and we expect a lot from him, right? So, of course, we're talking especially when he has a off map.
कौन भाई, तू नींद में अभी भी? ले भाई, हमारा लौंडा अभी भी नींद में है भाई. लाडले भाई, क्या बंदा है भाई वो. आज तो मैंने ये भी नहीं देखा कि मेरे स्टोर में आया क्या है भाई. लाला कौन है? लाला
लाला पाजी.
पता नहीं भाई, लाला कौन है.
हम तो आप चलाएंगे। अरे यार सेव करूंगा मैं
भाई बस हो जाएगा। मैं आज अगर
अरे
5 भी नहीं, 4 या 4 हद से ज्यादा मैच खेल गया और अच्छा प्लस मिल गया मेरे को 25-25, 26-26 तो आराम से निकल जाएगा भाई असेंडेंट 1। जो मेरे को प्लस मिल रहा है अच्छा 25 प्लस 26 23 22 20 24 सारे प्लस मिल गए मेरे को आज। अरे टायरेंट खेल रहा है, कह रहा है सुबह से गेम नहीं खेला, अभी खेल रहा है भाई ये।
हेड पर हेडिंग देयर इज
ये उसके साथ अनिरुद्ध के साथ खेल रहा है, अनिरुद्ध और एक और पता नहीं कौन। अबे मेंटिस के साथ खेल रहा था।
मेंटिस से खेला है।
क्या पता भाई किसके साथ खेल रहा फिर ये। अनिरुद्ध तो है इसके साथ, हार रहा है। हाँ भाई भाई डायमंड 2 कैसे आ गया भाई? अभी तो डायमंड 3 था ही कल। बड़ा खतरनाक डी रैंक हुआ, देखूं क्या डी रैंक हुआ। ओ ये भाई, भाई डी रैंक ही बड़ा खतरनाक है इसका तो।
टुनुक 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 टुनुक
कितना
टुनुक
बड़ा?
हाँ लाल ही लाल है भाई, लाल के साथ एमवीपी है भाई।
सच बता रहा हूँ वीटो अभी में गोटेड एजेंट है, सच बता रहा हूँ। खेलो भाई अभी इसमें वीटो को।
भाई मेरा तो मन है आज कॉम्पिटिटिव खेलने का, मेरे दोस्त अभी आए नहीं है, लगता है वो सो रहा है अभी। अब वो आएगा क्योंकि अब ये तो नहीं खेलेगा, क्या नाम है इसका
मेंटिस साथ खेल ले।
नाम है।
बड़े लोग यार, ये लोग हमारे साथ तो ना खेलेंगे।
हाँ भाई मेंटिस जरूर मेंटिस।
I like them to change that up a little bit more because T1 on split they were so ready every time they pushed.
मिड पे बंदा तोतला है।
But then enemy goes down, the next guy goes down, and then it's just a free round for this double duelist. The double duelist from T1
भाई
also
ओ
wants to
भाई
win, right? So
नींद आ गई भाई।
sometimes just go play heavier with the Yoru a little bit more and just
मार
make
दिया।
it easy across. Make sure you don't get fed,
अलग बात है,
leave someone
बाकी
behind.
करने हो
So
मतलब
just
नींद आ रही
have
है।
a little bit more depth. I
भाई
feel like
सही
rather
में
than
अबे
just
कहीं
अरे
भी लगा
यार,
देता है
इसकी माँ
भाई ये।
I think on Haven is going to be really
लग जाता है वो कहीं पे।
how they decide to play the Yoru. If they continue.
Yeah, I think that
चलो भाई हेवन मैप आ गया, लेट्स गो।
they already
सही
know
है
that
यार।
they're
ओ
onto something here,
स्टेट, ओ
but it's just that
स्ट्रीट,
T1
एमवीपी एमवीपी।
can be a little intimidating going up against this team. I'm glad to see that Nongshim, they are up to the challenge, but going
ना
into
मस्त है
Haven,
यार,
whenever
butterfly
Agent
knife।
pops up, what do we see here?
The first thing I see is Munchkin Viper. We're back to it, the Viper comp. There was a couple of times I used to feel a little bit bad about Munchkin. With Genji, he played a little bit selfish sometimes, and we felt bad for Texture.
बाली संग, असली नाम इसका बाली संग होता है।
No flash, there's only an omen.
बटरफ्लाई का नाम।
Maybe a recon, and you just need to send it. So I'm curious, is the Neon gonna get value here? Who can do it is probably Munchkin.
And the key to that comp,
Singularity
defense
Bali.
especially, is that Killjoy paired with the Viper, and now Meteor
Off
is your
the mirror.
Killjoy. I think this could be a step up for T1.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna see if Nongshim and T1 manage to give us the fight that we deserve here on Haven. We're gonna toss it over to our casters, Achilles and Paper Thin.
Thank you very
Let's go,
much.
भाई,
It's
देखते
time
हैं
now
क्या
to get into
होता
the
है।
second map. Haven is seeing T1 going to pick up a 2-0 winner. If Nongshim's going to be able to rally back. Love the insights that we're hearing from the analyst desk there with Ewok joining.
Yeah, love the insights. Don't love that Ewok stole my clothes.
Well, that is fair.
He raided my closet.
It's, well, it's
Come on,
surprising.
man. That's fair. He's
He's got some height on you. So.
he does. He is and he's also more handsome. I don't know that that matters for clothes fitting, but
It's just good to see that we've leveled up everything for this season.
Yeah.
I talked to Sliggy a lot, and he was always telling me, like, really feel like the analyst desk that you guys have had, it's just not smart enough. So I was like, all right, well, we'll get Ewok. Try to balance that out a little bit.
wow.
I mean, hey, those are Sliggy's words.
Oh, Sliggy said that. Yeah, definitely.
First contact fight
On
outside of a lobby here. Slide across. And it will just be Francis making an exit. It's the better of Buzz. Neither able to confirm a kill. As Drone will be able to find Meteor, quickly trying to reposition, but you got players in Garage there to punish. Clear the dart stacks under some pressure here. Well, turns the flash, but Francis just gets on top of him. So we see that Bandit do come through. And this is looking all Nongshim all day long.
Beautiful. Beautiful
Tunuk
stuff. there.
tunuk tung tunuk tunuk.
final kill. 4K for Danby in this one. Great start for the Neon. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Nongshim. So much of that round came down to how they're able to use their util to keep the players uncomfortable on that C site. Recon into a relay.
बच गया साला
Had to be respected by Stacks. Beautiful, beautiful.
बच गया साला
मैं वैसे
ओए मां की जो ट्रैप ट्रिगर हुआ बे
And this is kind of something that I was genuinely very going to be curious about on this map is when you saw Team Secret run the same comp that T1
क्या कर रहे हैं भाई लोग?
they couldn't slow this thing down much.
कंफ्यूज है कंफ्यूज
I mean, we saw what he was able to do with that Marshall, so certainly is something to be concerned about.
मिड से
End up being a 1-for-1, but the HP right now on these players for T1.
don't push do
Clear the turret, C site open for the taking. Nongshim can just go ahead and get this spike planted.
अल्ट पे वो एक को मार के डिसमिस मारेगा
Forward relay bolt delaying here for now, but that Buzz just going to be dead on the slide. Stacks will be able to find one.
वेले थ्रो दिया
Nothing more than that.
वेले नहीं ये तीनों थ्रो
One away from having his overdrive at the ready as we go into Nongshim's bonus.
Yeah.
टुनुक टुनुक
You know, feed him an orb and let him go, let him run. See if he can keep this hot start up. But
यार वो रेना को ले लेना चाहिए था फक
Team Secret on this
रिवर है भाई रिवर है
the ability of Nongshim
रिवर
instead of a
आइडिया
to disrespect a lot
ओए
of
रिवर दे
run at you,
जेट
throw
एक्सचेंज
flashes, throw util. It really kept them off balance, and that was going to be one of my big kind of keys to the map.
रबर अभी बहुत सारा आदमी के पास रबर होगा सब खरीदेगा स्टोर से
Slide in, Buzz able to find 2 quick kills. Stacks there's that second layer from long. Player advantage for T1, but needing to avoid further disaster.
भाई मैं सोच रहा हूँ अब सोने चला जाऊँ भाई ये तो बकवास मैच हो रहा है यार
क्या चल रहा है स्कोर
T1 1 and miss 2
That's not the guy you want to get heated up on this map. If you're Nongshim, you do not want to see Munchkin.